There's something truly magical about growing your own food. The connection to the earth, the satisfaction of nurturing life, and the unparalleled freshness of homegrown produce create an experience that store-bought simply cannot replicate. And among the many joys of the kitchen garden, few vegetables hold the universal appeal and rewarding simplicity of the humble potato. Yes, those earthy, versatile tubers that grace our tables in countless forms are surprisingly easy to grow, even for the novice gardener. Whether you're blessed with a sprawling backyard or limited to a sunny balcony, potatoes adapt readily to various spaces. Imagine the delight of digging into the soil, unearthing plump, perfectly formed potatoes ready for your culinary creations. That sense of accomplishment, of harvesting food you've nurtured from tiny seed potato to bountiful harvest, is a feeling every gardener cherishes. But the rewards of potato growing extend far beyond the harvest. The journey itself, from selecting the perfect varieties to nurturing the plants through their life cycle, offers a deeply satisfying connection to nature's rhythms. With each passing week, you'll witness the miracle of growth, the emergence of vibrant green foliage, and the anticipation of hidden treasures developing beneath the soil's surface. So if you've ever dreamt of enjoying the earthy goodness of freshly dug potatoes, of savoring the flavor that only comes from your own garden, then this guide is your key to unlocking the secrets of successful potato growing. Let's embark on this adventure together, transforming your garden into a haven of potato abundance. Potatoes are one of the most versatile crops you can grow, offering a dazzling variety of colors, shapes, and flavors. From starchy russets and creamy Yukon Golds to vibrant blue and purple potatoes, there's a type for every taste and recipe. For best results, always plant certified seed potatoes. Store-bought spuds are often treated and won't grow well. Let's explore how to grow your own delicious potatoes at home. Ready to grow perfect potatoes? This guide will walk you through every step, from preparing rich soil and choosing the best planting method, to caring for your plants and harvesting a bountiful crop. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned gardener, you'll find expert tips for watering, mulching, pest control, and storage. Let's dig in and discover the joys of homegrown potatoes. Stepping into the world of potatoes is a feast for the senses. Potatoes come in a dazzling array of colors, shapes, and sizes, each with its own personality and flavor. From creamy Kennebecks and buttery Yukon Golds to vibrant all blues and pink-swirled purple Vikings, each variety is unique. Tasting these potatoes is a true adventure. Earthy, sweet, nutty, each bite adds depth and delight to your table. Choosing the right potato variety is the first step to a successful harvest. Potatoes come in early, mid, and late season types, each offering unique benefits. Early varieties like Yukon Gold and Red Norland mature quickly, perfect for impatient gardeners or short seasons. Mid-season types, such as Kennebec, offer bigger yields and store well. For long storage and big harvests, try late-season russet Burbank. Don't be afraid to experiment. Growing potatoes is all about finding your favorites. While their larger counterparts often steal the spotlight, fingerling potatoes deserve a special place in every gardener's heart, and garden honestly. These small slender potatoes, named for their resemblance to fingers, possess a unique charm and a depth of flavor that belies their diminutive size. Unlike their larger cousins, which are often categorized by their starch content, fingerling potatoes are grouped solely by their shape. These elongated beauties come in a delightful array of colors, from the rosy blush of the rose fin apple, to the deep purple of the purple Peruvian, to the pale yellow of the French fingerling. But the true allure of fingerling potatoes lies in their exceptional flavor. Their thin skins and dense flesh concentrate their natural sugars, resulting in a more intense, nuanced flavor than their larger counterparts. Many describe fingerling potatoes as having a slightly sweet, nutty flavor with hints of chestnut or even asparagus. Due to their small size and delicate flavor, fingerling potatoes are best enjoyed simply prepared, roasted, sautéed, or steamed to preserve their unique taste and texture. They're delicious tossed with herbs and a drizzle of olive oil, roasted with a sprinkle of sea salt and rosemary, or added to salads for a burst of color and flavor. If you're looking to add a touch of elegance and culinary intrigue to your garden, look no further than fingerling potatoes. These small wonders of flavor are sure to become a favorite at your table. Now that we've explored the tantalizing world of potato varieties, let's address a crucial aspect of successful potato growing: choosing the right seed potatoes. While it might be tempting to start your potato patch with those readily available spuds from the grocery store, resist the urge. Opting for certified seed potatoes is essential for a healthy, productive, and disease-free harvest. So, what exactly are certified seed potatoes and why are they so important? Certified seed potatoes are specially grown and inspected to ensure they are free from diseases and pests that can decimate a potato crop. These potatoes are also guaranteed to be true to variety, meaning they will produce plants that exhibit the characteristics and qualities of the chosen variety. Grocery store potatoes, on the other hand, are often treated with sprout inhibitors, chemicals that prevent sprouting and extend their shelf life. While these chemicals are safe for consumption, they can inhibit or prevent the potato from sprouting altogether, rendering them unsuitable for planting. Furthermore, grocery store potatoes may harbor hidden diseases that can be transferred to your garden soil, potentially affecting future crops. By choosing certified seed potatoes, you're investing in the health of your garden and ensuring a more successful and rewarding harvest. Remember, a strong and healthy start is crucial for any plant, and potatoes are no exception. By opting for certified seed potatoes, you're giving your potato plants the best possible chance to thrive, producing an abundance of delicious homegrown potatoes for you to enjoy. For a healthy, productive harvest, always start with certified seed potatoes. Local nurseries and garden centers offer a wide variety and expert advice. Online retailers provide even more options, including rare and heirloom varieties. Check out the Seed Savers Exchange for unique finds, or visit local farmers markets to support your community. Choose firm, blemish-free tubers for best results. With the right seed potatoes, you're ready to grow a thriving crop. Before we plunge into the practicalities of soil preparation, it's essential to appreciate the vital role soil plays in the life of a potato plant. Just as we humans thrive on a balanced diet and a healthy environment, potatoes too have specific needs when it comes to the soil in which they grow. Think of the soil as the foundation of your potato growing endeavor. It's not merely an inert medium, but a living ecosystem teeming with beneficial microorganisms that contribute to the health and productivity of your plants. Understanding the characteristics of your soil, its texture, drainage, and nutrient content is crucial for creating an environment where your potatoes can truly flourish. Potatoes in general prefer loose, well-drained soil that allows their roots to spread freely and access the nutrients and moisture they need. Heavy clay soils, while nutrient-rich, can pose challenges as they tend to compact easily, hindering drainage and restricting root growth, which can lead to misshapen tubers and difficulties during harvest. Equally important is the soil's pH level, a measure of its acidity or alkalinity. Potatoes thrive in slightly acidic soil with a pH range of 5.0 to 6.5. Soil that is too acidic or too alkaline can affect nutrient availability, making it difficult for your potato plants to absorb the essential elements they need for healthy growth. Let's get practical. Here's how to prep your soil for potatoes. First, loosen soil to at least 12 inches deep using a garden fork, removing rocks and debris as you go. Mix in a 2 to 3 inch layer of aged compost for nutrients, and avoid fresh manure to prevent disease. Use only well-composted manure if needed. Organic matter is your soil's best friend. It boosts water retention, improves structure, and feeds beneficial microbes. It also releases nutrients slowly, supporting healthy potato growth and reducing the need for constant watering or fertilizing. Potatoes are heavy feeders. Work in a balanced organic fertilizer before planting, focusing on higher phosphorus and potassium for tuber growth. Once plants are 6 inches tall, side dress with nitrogen, then switch back to phosphorus and potassium as they flower for maximum yields. Test your soil to know its pH and nutrient levels. Kits are easy to use and help you make precise adjustments. With this info, you can tailor amendments and fertilizers for a thriving potato patch. Plant seed potatoes. Cut larger ones into pieces with at least 2 eyes each, and let them cure for a day or two to prevent rot. With your seed potatoes ready, choose a planting method that fits your space and style. The trench method is classic. Dig 6-inch deep trenches, space seed potatoes 12 inches apart, and cover with soil. As plants grow, hill soil around them to boost tuber production and prevent greening. Raised beds offer great drainage and warmth. Just space seed potatoes 12 inches apart, cover with soil, and keep hilling as they grow. Raised beds make planting, weeding, and harvesting easier, and often lead to earlier harvests. No garden? Use containers at least 12 inches deep, fill with potting mix, plant 2 to 3 seed potatoes, and keep adding mix as they grow. Fabric grow bags work especially well for drainage and aeration. Try the no-dig method. Lay cardboard place seed potatoes on top and cover with 8 to 10 inches of straw. Keep adding straw as plants grow. It's easy on your back and improves soil over time. Plant potatoes 2 to 4 weeks before your last frost, when soil is at least 45 degrees Fahrenheit. For a steady harvest, try succession planting every few weeks throughout the season. As your potato plants emerge from the soil, stretching their leafy green arms towards the sun, it's time to turn our attention to their ongoing care, making sure they have everything they need to thrive and produce those coveted tubers. And, right at the heart of this care routine lies the art of watering, providing just the right amount of moisture at the right time to support healthy growth. Potatoes, while they're actually pretty drought tolerant once they're established, really do best in consistently moist soil, especially during that critical tuber development stage. Now, inconsistent watering can lead to a whole bunch of problems like stunted growth, reduced yields, growth cracks in the tubers, and even a condition called hollow heart, where cavities form inside the potatoes. The key to successful potato watering is to water deeply and less frequently, rather than going for shallow, frequent watering. Aim to provide your potato plants with about 1 to 2 inches of water each week, and remember to adjust the frequency based on rainfall and your soil's drainage characteristics. Sandy soils tend to drain more quickly, so they'll need more frequent watering, while heavier clay soils hold on to moisture longer, so you can water a bit less often. To make sure the water actually reaches the roots where it's needed most, water at the base of the plants, and try to avoid wetting the foliage. Overhead, watering can actually increase the risk of fungal diseases, since the moisture lingers on the leaves and creates a perfect environment for spores to germinate. As your potato plants grow taller, their stems develop this really fascinating ability to produce more than just leaves and flowers. They can actually form new potatoes along their buried stems. These underground stems, called stolons, are where those prized tubers develop and swell, and it's our job as savvy potato growers to encourage this process with a technique known as hilling. Hilling means mounding soil or other organic materials around the base of the potato plants, basically creating a little hill or mound around each one. It might seem simple, but this practice offers a ton of benefits, boosting both the health and productivity of your potato patch. First off, hilling encourages the production of more tubers. By mounding soil around the stems, we're kind of tricking the plant into thinking it's growing deeper in the ground, and that prompts it to produce more stolons, and in turn more potatoes. Secondly, hilling helps prevent the developing tubers from being exposed to sunlight. Potatoes that get exposed to sunlight turn green and develop a bitter flavor because of a compound called solanine. which is actually a natural toxin that can cause digestive upset if you eat too much of it. Hilling keeps those developing potatoes safely tucked away in the darkness, where they can just focus on growing plump and flavorful. And finally, hilling improves drainage and aeration around the base of the plants, which is especially important in heavier soils that tend to hold onto moisture. This reduces the risk of waterlogging and root rot, helping your potato plants stay healthy and productive all season long. Just like we might add a cozy blanket to our beds on a chilly night, applying a layer of mulch around our potato plants gives them a similar sense of comfort and protection. Mulching, which is just the practice of covering the soil surface with organic or inorganic materials, is honestly a gardening game changer, offering all sorts of benefits for both the soil and the plants it supports. For potatoes in particular, mulching brings a whole bunch of advantages, creating a much more hospitable environment for those underground treasures to grow and thrive. Think of the mulch as a protective barrier, shielding the soil from the elements and helping foster a more balanced and productive ecosystem. First, and probably most importantly for potatoes, mulching helps retain soil moisture, which cuts down on the need for frequent watering. This is especially helpful during hot, dry spells when the soil can dry out quickly, stressing the plants and possibly affecting tuber development. Secondly, mulching acts as a natural weed suppressant, keeping those pesky competitors from stealing valuable nutrients and sunlight from your potato plants. A thick layer of mulch blocks sunlight from reaching the soil surface, which stops weed seeds from germinating and saves you from a lot of time-consuming weeding. And finally, mulching helps regulate soil temperature, keeping things cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter. This is especially good for potatoes since they prefer cooler soil temperatures, particularly when those tubers are developing. Imagine your garden as a bustling community, a vibrant ecosystem where plants interact and support each other, just as we humans do in our own social circles. This concept of fostering beneficial relationships between plants is the essence of companion planting, a time-honored gardening practice that can enhance the health, productivity, and even the flavor of your crops, including those beloved spuds. Potatoes, while relatively self-sufficient, can benefit greatly from the company of well-chosen companions, plants that offer a helping hand, deterring pests, attracting beneficial insects, or even improving soil conditions. It's a symbiotic dance of nature, where each plant plays a role in supporting the well-being of the entire community. One of the best companions for potatoes is the humble bean. Beans, being legumes, have the remarkable ability to fix nitrogen from the air, converting it into a form that plants can readily use. Planting beans alongside your potatoes provides a natural source of nitrogen, reducing the need for synthetic fertilizers and promoting healthy growth. Another valuable companion for potatoes is the marigold. These cheerful flowers are renowned for their pest-repelling properties, deterring a variety of harmful insects including aphids, whiteflies, and even some nematodes that can damage potato roots. Planting marigolds around the perimeter of your potato patch creates a protective barrier, keeping those pesky critters at bay. Even with the best care, garden plants face challenges. Potatoes are resilient, but pests like the Colorado potato beetle and diseases such as blight can threaten your crop. Inspect plants regularly, handpick beetles, and use row covers to protect them. For blight, choose resistant varieties and ensure good air circulation. Early action keeps your potato patch healthy and ensures a bountiful harvest. Growing potatoes means outsmarting persistent pests eager to feast on your crop. The Colorado potato beetle, with its striped yellow and black body, can quickly defoliate plants if left unchecked. Regularly inspect leaves for beetles and their eggs. Aphids are another threat, clustering on stems and undersides of leaves, weakening plants and attracting ants. Below ground, wireworms and white grubs damage tubers and roots. Stay vigilant, and your potatoes will thrive. While chewed leaves may worry gardeners, it's the invisible threats, fungi, bacteria, and viruses, that truly endanger potato crops. blight is the most destructive, appearing as dark spots and quickly killing leaves. Late blight causes water-soaked lesions turning brown with white mildew. Scab, though mostly cosmetic, leaves rough, corky patches on tubers. These diseases can reduce yield and market value, so early detection is key. Protecting your potatoes doesn't have to mean using harsh chemicals. While pesticides may seem like a quick fix, they can harm beneficial insects and the environment. Instead, embrace organic pest control. Work with nature, not against it. Choose resistant varieties, rotate crops, and keep plants healthy. Use natural solutions like neem oil and insecticidal soap to manage pests safely for your family and the planet. In the world of gardening, just like in life, a proactive approach often leads to the best results. Instead of waiting for problems to show up and then scrambling for solutions, adopting an integrated pest management or IPM strategy lets us stay ahead of the game. We can anticipate challenges and put a mix of preventative measures and targeted interventions in place to keep our potato patch healthy and productive. IPM isn't about wiping out pests and diseases completely. It's about managing their populations so they don't cause significant damage, creating a balanced garden ecosystem where our plants can truly thrive. It's a holistic approach that combines cultural, biological, and when needed, the least toxic chemical controls, all to achieve long-term sustainable pest and disease management. Regular monitoring is really the cornerstone of IPM. By keeping a close eye on our potato plants, we can catch pest or disease problems early when they're the easiest to handle. It's a good idea to inspect your plants at least once a week. Pay special attention to the undersides of leaves, the stems, and the soil line for any signs of unusual activity. Look for things like discolored leaves, wilting plants, holes in the foliage, or the presence of insects or their eggs. As the days grow shorter and a crispness fills the air, a sense of anticipation ripples through the garden. The once vibrant green foliage of our potato plants begins to fade, transforming into a tapestry of golden hues, signaling that the time to unearth the hidden treasures beneath the soil is drawing near. But how do we know precisely when those prized tubers have reached their peak of perfection, ready to grace our tables and fill our pantries? Unlike many other garden vegetables that offer clear visual cues of ripeness, potatoes play a more subtle game of hide-and-seek. Their subterranean nature requires us to rely on a combination of observation, timing, and a touch of intuition to determine the optimal harvest window. One of the most reliable indicators of potato readiness is the natural dieback of the foliage. As the plants reach the end of their life cycle, their leaves and stems will begin to yellow and wither, eventually collapsing to the ground. This process, often mistaken for a sign of decline, is actually a natural progression, signaling that the plants have completed their primary task of producing those energy-rich tubers. While the dieback of the foliage is a good starting point, it's not always a foolproof indicator of tuber maturity. Some potato varieties, especially early maturing types, may exhibit foliage dieback even when the tubers are still relatively small. In these cases, it's best to wait a few weeks after the foliage has died back to allow the tubers to reach a more desirable size for harvesting. Harvesting potatoes is a rewarding endeavor, a culmination of months of patient tending and anticipation. It's a moment to savor, to connect with the earth, and to appreciate the bounty that nature provides. But as with all things gardening, a gentle touch and a bit of know-how can make all the difference in ensuring that those prized tubers are brought to the surface intact and undamaged, ready to be transformed into culinary delights. Before you begin unearthing your potato treasure, choose a dry day for harvesting. Potatoes harvested from wet soil are more prone to bruising and decay, reducing their storage life. Once you've selected the perfect day, gather your tools: a garden fork or a sturdy spade, a bucket or basket to collect your harvest, and perhaps a pair of gloves to protect your hands from the cool, moist soil. When harvesting potatoes, resist the urge to yank the plants from the ground by their stems. This can damage the tubers and leave some of those hidden gems behind in the soil. Instead, use your garden fork or spade to loosen the soil around the perimeter of the plant, carefully lifting the entire plant and its attached tubers from the ground. Once the plant is free from the soil, gently shake it to dislodge any clinging tubers, and then carefully search through the loosened soil to ensure you've collected all those hidden treasures. Potatoes, being masters of disguise, can sometimes blend seamlessly with the soil, so a keen eye and a bit of patience are key to a successful harvest. Freshly dug potatoes aren't ready for storage just yet. Their skins need time to thicken and harden, a process called curing. Curing helps protect potatoes and extends their shelf life. Spread potatoes in a single layer in a cool, dark, well-ventilated spot for 1 to 2 weeks. Don't wash them, just brush off loose soil. A little dirt actually helps protect them in storage. With our potatoes cured and ready for their extended stay, it's time to create a suitable sanctuary where these starchy treasures can rest comfortably, their flavors preserved, their textures intact, until called upon to grace our tables. Proper storage is the key to enjoying those garden-fresh flavors throughout the fall and winter months, transforming our pantries into veritable potato havens. The ideal storage environment for potatoes is cool, dark, and humid, mimicking the conditions of their underground origins. Aim for temperatures between 40 and 45 degrees Fahrenheit and humidity levels around 90 to 95%. Avoid storing potatoes in areas that experience freezing temperatures, as this can damage the tubers, causing them to become soft and discolored. Equally important is choosing the right storage containers. Avoid storing potatoes in plastic bags, as this can trap moisture and promote rot. Instead, opt for breathable containers like baskets, crates, or even paper bags with holes punched in them for ventilation. These materials allow for air circulation, preventing the buildup of moisture and ensuring that the potatoes stay dry and firm. When storing your potatoes, keep them away from other fruits and vegetables, especially apples and bananas. These fruits release ethylene gas as they ripen, which can accelerate the sprouting of potatoes and shorten their storage life. Regularly inspect your stored potatoes, removing any that show signs of sprouting, shriveling, or decay. A little vigilance goes a long way in preserving the quality and longevity of your potato harvest. As we draw this potato growing journey to a close, let's take a moment to reflect on the incredible transformation we've witnessed, from tiny seed potatoes to a bountiful harvest of earthy, flavorful tubers. We've delved into the soil, explored the nuances of potato varieties, and nurtured our plants through every stage of their growth cycle. And now, the fruits of our labor lie before us, ready to be transformed into culinary delights that nourish both body and soul. There's a certain magic, an undeniable satisfaction, that comes from serving dishes crafted with ingredients grown with your own 2 hands. The flavors seem brighter, the textures more satisfying, and the connection to the earth, to the very essence of nourishment, more profound. And perhaps no other vegetable embodies this connection quite like the humble potato. Imagine the aroma of freshly dug potatoes roasting in the oven, their skins turning crispy and golden, their flesh becoming tender and fluffy, filling your kitchen with an irresistible, earthy perfume. Picture yourself, fork in hand, ready to savor that first bite of creamy mashed potatoes, the steam rising gently, carrying with it the essence of your garden, your hard work, and the simple joy of a harvest well-earned. But the true beauty of growing your own potatoes extends far beyond the culinary realm. It's about reconnecting with the rhythms of nature, with the cycles of planting, tending, and harvesting that have sustained humanity for millennia. It's about fostering a deeper appreciation for the food we eat, for the intricate web of life that sustains us all. As you savor the fruits of your potato-growing labor, remember that this is just the beginning. The world of potatoes is vast and diverse, offering endless opportunities for experimentation and discovery. Try growing different varieties each year, exploring the unique flavors and textures that each one brings to the table. Experiment with new recipes, pushing the boundaries of your culinary creativity, and sharing your potato bounty with friends and family. Embrace the journey, the challenges and triumphs that come with cultivating your own food. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, to learn from your experiences and to adapt your techniques along the way. Every season brings new lessons, new insights, and a renewed sense of wonder at the resilience and generosity of nature. And as you plant those seed potatoes each spring, remember that you're not just cultivating a garden, you're cultivating a connection to the earth, to the sustenance it provides, and to the generations of gardeners who have come before you, sharing their knowledge and passion for growing one of nature's most humble yet rewarding gifts, the potato. So, go forth, fellow potato enthusiasts, and let your gardens flourish. May your harvests be bountiful, your meals delicious, and your hearts filled with the joy of growing your own food. And remember, the world always welcomes another potato lover.